Here I am this morning, leaving the house, vibing out in my car, having a good time, enjoying myself. I decided what is the most convenient way for me to go about my day. And part of that process was the fact that my car was dirty. I was thinking to myself, should I go to a $5 car wash? But the $5 car wash was in the opposite direction. And I actually have a monthly pass where I pay $20 every month. So I have unlimited washing. But then again, it was in the opposite direction. The direction I wanted to go, there's a Mercedes dealership on the way, which allows me to drive in and get a drive-through car wash. However, the downside to this Mercedes dealership is that on Saturdays, because most people are off work, it's very busy. So busy that the whole day, at some point, they have to actually stop people from coming in. That brings me to the topic of my content today. What is free? What does free mean to you as a person? When you hear the word free, does your mind go to $0? Does your mind go to a cost? If your mind goes to $0, free of charge, no commitments, no responsibility, you're not business minded. It's sad to tell you that, but that's the truth. And here is a red pill truth that most people don't want to swallow. There is a cost associated with every free thing that you come across on this planet. And I'm going to hopefully use my personal experience to demonstrate to you why free is costing you something. Let's go over here so I can show you some of my experience. Something comes back to mind. To expound on that topic, I remember back in college when I was getting into community college here. We used to have registration day, and the first day of class, the class used to be full. There used to be all these students there registering for class, trying to get their hands on that Pell Grant. Through the first week of class and the second week, class was full, but eventually people just started dropping out. And by the last week of class, there's barely anybody in the class. All the bad apples have dropped out. Nature or life itself has weeded the weak out, and now only the strong has survived. People used to come into college to get this thing called the Pell Grant because it was free money. And then at the end of the day, they walk away. After a couple of weeks of class, they stop attending. And then you have to ask yourself, what is the cost of free? Free is costing you something. There's a charge associated with free. Whenever you hear the word free, the dollar amount should go to your mind right away. It's going to cost you something. It's going to cost you money, energy, attention. Is going to cost you time in one way or another. Shout out to CGA. Whenever you hear the word free, you should ask yourself real quickly, what is the cost? I have nothing against free stuff. But as a man of the business class, you should be asking yourself, what is the cost of this free stuff? How is it costing me money? How is it costing me energy? How is it costing me my attention? And how is it costing me my time? And it's going to cost you these things in various other ways that are unknown to you. But if you're a member of the business class and you're a diligent student of business, you understand what it means as a businessman for something to be free. Somebody is benefiting somewhere, and you, as the person receiving it for free, more than likely in some way or another, you're losing out something. Now, pay attention to what this video I'm going to share with you right now, what it's going to demonstrate. I hope you enjoyed the video of me playing around in my car on my way to take care of business this morning. Eventually see through this video that this delivery vans, it's going to come in here and block me real quickly, thinking that I was in the line for the car wash. I wanted to get a car wash, but the line was ridiculous. I wasn't going to waste my time on this. I had so much things I wanted to accomplish for the day. Right here, I was making a right into the dealership. Mind you, this is a Fletcher Jones, downtown Chicago. There are two dealerships in one. The van is also trying to make a delivery, but because of the sheer amount of people just trying to get their car washed, the van could not even get into the dealership to make its deliveries.
I'm looking down from up in the sky. I don't like it.
Not every free stuff is good.
Good God, I'm bent out of shape now. You got a body like a model.
And relative to the situation, remember, these are all Audi and Mercedes-Benz customers.
Open up a bottle, and baby, you can have whatever you want. You taste so sweet, I can't help myself. You like candy, you like liquid honey. You taste so sweet, I can't help myself. You like candy, you like liquid honey. Oh, ah.
The people that are cleaning out the car, doing the pre-clean, they're working so hard. If you know anything about efficiency or the efficiency curve reaches a breaking point where they cannot be any more efficient. As a matter of fact, it's a law of diminishing returns. They start to be inefficient because there's so many cars running through there. Remember, I'm not saying that you should not get anything for free. Be clear on what is costing you. Make sure it's not costing you significantly more on the back end. So there's always a cost attached to the back end. If you're not paying money, make sure it's not costing you excessive energy, attention, or time. These are some of the things that you have to understand. Some of these things could possibly cost you on the long run. Think about it. If you're paying significantly more for time, or you're paying significantly more for energy, or you're paying significantly more for attention, is it really worth it on the money that you're saving? That's the whole problem that I have with free stuff. And that is the whole point of this broadcast. I'm trying to show you the relativity. My intention was actually to stop by this dealership and actually get a free car wash. The line was ridiculous that it wasn't worth my time. The time cost was too excessive for me. Now, let me show you a video of what it looks like when people are actually paying. Sometimes it is cheaper to pay. Look at the car wash. 1, 2, 4 cars. They're paying for it, so the line is shorter. Because of their paying for it, the line is shorter. That is the point that I'm trying to make. Sometimes it's better to just pay for it. Save your time. Accomplish more stuff. It's not worth the doctor's time to sit in this line because per hour he makes more than $100. How much would it cost him to go get a $20 car wash, a $5 drive-through car wash, $3 express car wash? It's cheaper for him to pay the $3 and get to his office quicker because within the first 15 minutes he probably make back $100. He will make 10 times that $3 that he paid. Even in the case of someone at the bottom of the totem pole, such as an Uber driver making about $50,000 to $40,000 a year, if he pays $3 to go through the drive-through car wash or $5, let's say the express $5 car wash, at the end of the day, he's still able to make that money back twofold, just getting his first ride out of the car wash. A $10 ride, $15, $20 ride, he's already made that money back. The whole point I'm trying to make is that money is freedom. Money is supposed to make you free. Money is a tool to buy your freedom back. When you have money, you trade that money. You give that money up so that you can be free. In the case of billionaires, you will never find them doing stuff like this unless they really enjoy it. They send people to go take care of this stuff so that every car they get into is already clean. So as a man of the business class, you have to understand how to leverage your money and leverage your time because money you can always make more of, but your time you can never get back. I'll give you an example. Private jets. I was just having this conversation today with one of my friends. A lot of people think that rich people buy private jets to show off. They really don't. Think about a rich person. Let's use an example, a celebrity. Someone that gives like talks or presentations, someone like Warren Buffett. He just left his home in Omaha. He flies to Oregon, say to Amazon headquarters. He gives a speech over there. And right after that, he has to go to, say, China or Japan for a business meeting. He does not have time to get to Japan, go to the hotel and sleep. He gets to get on the private jet, take a shower, go to bed. And by the time the private jet is about to land in Japan, he gets alerted, goes back into the washroom, takes another shower, gets himself ready, dresses up, works on his presentation, and is up and ready for that business meeting. So in this case, the private jet is an instrument used to buy back time. It's not an instrument of flash, glamour, or glitz. It's a tool that the rich use to buy back their time. Be careful when something is said to be free because it's costing you tremendously in other ways, things that are even more precious than money, I would argue. After I went about my day, I accomplished a lot of stuff, did a bunch of deliveries, checked on my cars. I'm going to be bringing you videos on different projects that I have coming up on the other channel, the Solutionist channel. On my way home, remember, I wasn't going out of my way to clean up my car. My car is dirty. I don't care. But I'm going to run it through a $5 car wash that is on the way to the function that I'm going to. On my way back, I decided to stop back at the same Mercedes dealership so that I could reiterate this point and show you guys that there's something to this stuff when it comes to time, attention, energy, and money. You have to understand the true cost of what it is actually taking out of your life. By the time I came back, it says over there, car wash temporarily closed because they wore the people out. Sheer excessiveness of how many cars showed up to get washed wore Mercedes-Benz and the employees out. They had to shut down the car wash. So this is me pulling up. They said car wash temporarily closed. They let me in. I just told them that, I was just trying to make an exit. I just came to see if the car wash is freed up. So it was on my way home so I could see if I could get a free car wash. But like I said, it wasn't costing me anything extra. It was on my way home. There was still this crazy amount of line. As you can see, it's crazy. This was going on all day. Imagine how many shifts it took. Imagine how many workers were burnt out. Imagine how many people had to keep working tirelessly to basically fulfill this obligation that Mercedes and Audi feel that they owe to their clients. I understand what they're trying to do. You understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to use this as a tool to lure their clients back and retain their clients. This is just a sign of them going far and beyond for their clients. On my way out, you can see here that the line is never ending. Mercedes and Audi had to step in at the end of the day to put an end to the line. At some point, they have to close. They have to cut off people and let them know that this is it. We're done for the day. If you want to come back and get a car wash, I will see you on Monday morning. At that point, they had to turn people away because there was just too many people showing up and there was no way. It wasn't manageable. So they had to let people turn back so that they could close. So I'm going to share a famous quote from a successful man and a successful woman. So you can see, for you men out there, the difference on how men view time versus how women view time. These two members of the human species view time very differently, which is why most successful men look at time very differently. Pay attention. Coco Chanel is a French designer from back in the day. She made most of her fortune, or the beginning of her fortune, through World War II. Remember, this was a lady that was actually under the protection of the Nazi regime. Whatever she did to be protected, only her knows. But she's not here today to tell her stories or not speak on the dead. So this is what she said: the best things in life are free. This quote is often attributed to Coco Chanel, signifying that the most valuable things in life are free, like love, laughter, nature. These things don't cost money. Is this true? We're going to come back to whether this is true or not. Now, let's go to a man. Ted Hughes says this: nothing is free. Everything has to be paid for. For every profit in one thing, payment in some other thing is made. For every life, there's death. Ted Hughes. Now, let's go back to Coco Chanel. Ted Hughes is telling you that no matter what it is, it's not free. Even life itself is not free. For every time someone gets their life, someone dies. For everything that has to be paid for, someone makes profit. For every one thing that is profitable, someone has to make some payment of some kind or lose money. So we'll go back to Coco Chanel. She said the best things in life are free: love, laughter, nature. They don't cost money. Now pay attention to love. For you to love somebody, let's take example my dad. My dad loves me, but it cost him a lot. He had to go work, make money, send me to the best schools to make sure that I'm well taken care of. He provided food, shelter, bought cars, investments, bought shares, all this stuff, bought land, trained other people, put himself in a very powerful position. These things cost money. These things are not free. He had to go work, earn money to show me love. He could have just sat down there broke and told me that he loved me. But love is not words. When people tell you they love you just with words, they really don't. Love is an action word. You show love. You don't say love. Now let's go to the second one, laughter. For you to laugh, someone has to be cracking a joke. Let's say it's a comedian. You're paying for a ticket to go to that comedy show. It's not free. For the person that is even talking, let's say you have a funny cousin. For them to crack that joke, they have to be there. Let's say it's a funny sister. They have to eat. They have to be alive. They have to be in your presence. Even if it's your sister or your brother, your parents actually bear the cost of that person being alive. Let's say it's your wife cracking the joke and the husband is laughing. You are paying for that woman to be there because you take care of her, you shelter her, you provide for her. Let's say she even works and takes care of you and makes her own money. She still has to go work, keep herself alive, do the things that keeps her in good health and sane mind, cultivate her habit of being funny and jovial to be able to make you laugh. These things cost money. And the last point, nature. Let's say, for example, you want to go to the Maldives. Yes, the best things in life are free. The Maldives are free, but that's if you live right by the Maldives. But most of us don't live right by the Maldives. So the Maldives cost money to get to. If you want to go to the Amazon rainforest, most of us don't live by the rainforest. It costs money to get there. It's not free. Even if you want to go downstairs to the park by your house, it's costing you money. You have to get up, expend energy, which I just talked about. Go out there, give people attention, give nature attention. Spend your time walking down there. It's costing you something. It's not free. It's not free in any form. So for you men out there, pay attention. This is kind of a red pill situation where you see the kind of tablet that men are taking, and you see the plight of men and how women view time, attention, energy, and money differently than men. So be cautious when you're moving through the world to understand how these two different species look at free stuff. When you think you're getting it for free, is it really free? Money is freedom. Pay upfront. Pay the cost to be the boss. is going to save you a whole lot more headache, and it's going to save you a whole lot more time. Because in most cases, when people tell you something is free, I would argue it's even costing you more. Think about the people that have diseases. Most of them did not pay to get it. For the sexually transmitted diseases, they were involved with someone for free, and they got it for free. You see the direction I'm drifting here? Most of these things cost you something. Ask yourself, what is it going to cost me? If the cost outweighs the benefits, take the part of least resistance. I'll see you guys on the next one.
You got a body like a